bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Clemson Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Vols will kick it away to start. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on first down. Sure hands, it's basket. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now on first down from the 28. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. Turning it on. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Quarterback keeps him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few. Still some work to do for the first down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Here's the handoff. Find some fresh air. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
Looking left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll try to take it back.
Yeah, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but, man, what great field position this time. And into the end zone, and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Clemson! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Volunteers headed quickly to the line.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on third down. Now the play fake. Buys a little time. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That's caught. It's Marks. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Snap to the back. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And, guys, they really need to make something happen on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to...
He unleashes a long one. Got it inside the 10. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
I would love to sit here and tell you that was the greatest play call ever, and the offensive coordinator is a genius. I think that was some really bad defense.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And after that penalty, the defense is almost out of real estate to defend. It's 1st and goal on the 1. Quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. Scores on the sneak.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Might be changing the route. They'll try to get outside. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And every offense has plays that they really hang their hat on. And back in 1970, it was the toss. The toss play used to be the thing. You don't see as much of this nowadays. It's early in the game. Maybe it's something you wanted to show. Or, listen, maybe defensively this is something you need to start focusing on.
Flips it out in the flat. There he goes. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Got his man. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for room. It's Lane. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Back has it. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Tried to get them a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
Defense is totally ready in this situation, too. Because of the field position with the offense backed up, they know they're going to try and run the ball, buy themselves some real estate, but they ain't have it. Lots of bodies in the box, close to the line of scrimmage, and they generate a TFL. Touch pass
on the jet sweep. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jeff.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
They're facing a 3rd down. Got his man quickly. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Tigers come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Finds him out of the backfield. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
The jet sweep pass. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion.
Turning it on! Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Makes the grab. It's Madden. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Shoots it to the left. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but this snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Wants to throw it. Extending the play. He'll pull it down. Keeps it and gets the first down. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 and the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack of just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receiver.
He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. He lofts one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
This just looks like too much backyard football from this quarterback right now. We've already seen a pick in this game. Bad fundamentals on that last throw, throwing it off his back leg. He needs to trust his coaching. He just needs to settle himself down.
So now it's 2nd and long. This quarterback part of their running game.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You've really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Close to the marker, it's Basket. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards.
Snags it! Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
And I love it when quarterbacks attack the whole field. Nice job using the sideline. When you attack the middle of the field, those safeties very much get involved. So do the linebackers. You get a lot of one-on-one matchups towards the outside. Nice job.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson.
That's a great job of just trusting your offensive line to get it done, scoring the touchdown. An extra point's going to tie this thing up right before halftime. And after that run, I think they're going to feel more confident running it in the second half.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Let's see what they've got. Motion from the back. He wants to throw. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Vols now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense.
Always got some space. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground, for goodness sakes.
Throws toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Tennessee! They take the lead with the 6.
One of the areas they really focused on in this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? From the gun, wants to pass. Takes the grab. Runs through the tackle. There he goes. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Quick release on the RPO. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on first down. Finds his big tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give on the inside. Breaks the tackle. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tigers. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. Looking for room at the 40. Wide open on the right. Touchdown Vols! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? Louisiana Tech is getting smoked today. This is an eye-opener. It's a type of game that can just demoralize a fan base.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lang. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
Looking downfield on first down. The short hands. It's Lang. Off to the races to the right. He's at the and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Slips one guy, now he's loose. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Volunteers will hustle to the line. Looking to fire. He's going to throw deep right side. Makes the grab inside the 30. He'll work his way down to the 28. No Tennessee quarterback will ever be revered like Peyton Manning, but many more throws like that, and they're going to say, this guy's getting into the realm at least.
You get in the realm, you're good. You get in the realm, you start talking about Hall of Fame. That's what kind of tradition you've had with a guy like Peyton Manning. His fingerprints are still on this program, and if you are mentioned with him, that's a good day at the office.
The number one key for this defense coming into this game was finding a way to stop this quarterback from running the football. And guys, they have not done a good job of that early in this game. He has been able to get out of the pocket, whether it's been designed runs or scrambles like on what we just saw. The defense has got to start changing it up. They need to spy him more, I think, moving forward.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Going right to work up top. Got the quick pass. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that?
Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers. had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Hits the afterburners. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Gets it to the back, looking for the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And this offense shows you why they are really hard to stop. The long, explosive run. You think everybody's thinking run, pile in the box, the play-action pass. They can beat you with the run. They can beat you with the pass. This is a tough offense to stop.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tennessee offense. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback adapting. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Scrambling away. He'll try to do it himself. Turning it on. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And he does it again. He's showing you time and time again, man. This dude is just like a running back. And you see it in college football now. Just having that guy at that spot, such an advantage. And you watch him there, just pulls the ball down, picks up yardage, and over 100 on the day now.
And the Vols with the first and 10. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the fly motion. Plows through the defense. They're dealing with a second and long. Off the play fake. Unloads it left. He's got it. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense just trying to go with a little touch pass this time, down close to the goal line, giving it to the receiver and hoping his speed is going to be able to outflank the defense, but nowhere to run. Nice stop on the defensive side of the ball.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He wants it all. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down.
Second and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches, who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Just keep slinging it. Caught in the backfield. It's Madden. Look, you would love to have gotten the touchdown there, but at this point, just taking the lead with the field.
And it's so hard because you've been thinking aggressive. Let's stretch this lead out now. You got to think, hey, I got to make them score a touchdown, get a field goal right here, and rely on my defense.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he... fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
Defense is about getting the guy on the ground, holding on for dear life. It's hard, I know, with so much speed on the outside, but you got to get that guy on the ground. When you miss one tackle, next thing you know, all that extra yardage is killing your defense.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Clemson. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. And this wildcat is going to be deep clawed, stopped in the backfield.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got him in. It's Madden. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on 3rd down. Looking to buy time. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that 1st down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
I think a lot of people in the stadium were questioning, why are they going for it on 4th and 1 in their own end of the field at this point of the game, but the gamble paid off.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense. And I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know what it earns. You know he can go. So you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep.
Looking deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air. But a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Fires left. Got his man downfield. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working that left side. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Fights off the defender. Touchdown, Tennessee! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
And remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you...
There he goes. Got enough space. Touchdown ball! And they grab the lead here in overtime. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Finding an escape route. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Right on the money. Now the connection takes it to the 11. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2.
Now, when I'm in OT and I start to get in this territory, I gotta be thinking touchdown. Like, what are my plays that I can go to now? I ran the football, I showed a little bit of conservativeness. Now I gotta take advantage of a shot out wide. What's my best go-to play in this situation?
On the run, it's Lang. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a 9-yard loss.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They are up against it, a 3rd and long, needing a touchdown here in overtime. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown, Clemson! They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. And now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
Now 1st down here in the 2nd overtime. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Grab behind the line. It's Lang. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick. Get it to your playmakers in space. Get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide. And a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
To the air on 2nd down. If he runs this back, this game's over. Got room on the return. The 30. He's at the 20. All the way back. He took it all the way. The pick 6 and the walk-off win.
Well, the QB was trying to throw it to his running back behind the line of scrimmage. He never saw the defender. That was as easy a pick 6 as that guy is ever going to score.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.